Hi, let's talk about the phase velocity. Let's consider a phase front at some time t at a position r and another phase front at time t plus delta t and a position r plus delta r. These lines correspond to constant phase. So let's assume that we have a wave which we can express as some amplitude times e to the I omega t minus k times r. And this is the first phase front, first wave, and E2 is a times e to the I omega t plus delta t minus k times r plus delta r. This is the phase. This is some phi. We have to assume that phi, this phase at this phase front and at this phase front, is the same. So we can write that omega t minus k times r must be equal to omega times t plus delta t minus k times r plus delta r. So on one hand side we have omega times delta t, and on the right hand side we will have just k times delta r. So omega equals k times delta r over delta t. And we can say that delta r over delta t, when delta t approaches 0 at the limit, is just dr over dt, which is some velocity. We'll name it a phase velocity. So this phase velocity equals omega over k. So we can write this as omega over k at the direction of k. So the direction of the phase velocity and wave vector is the same. So if I draw here phase velocity and k vector, they have both the same direction. This is true in isotropic media. Where we have anisotropic media, it is no longer true. We can also express the phase velocity in a different way, knowing that k is k naught times the refractive index, and k naught is omega over the speed of light times refractive index. So the phase velocity now equals omega, the value, let's take the absolute value of phase velocity, is omega over omega times n times c. So this is equal to c over n. You see that when n is approximately equal to 1, like in the air, or exactly equal to 1 like in vacuum, the phase velocity is equal to the maximum speed of light. When we have a denser medium, when the refractive index is typically higher than 1, then the phase velocity is n times lower than the speed of light. The phase velocity is the velocity of the phase front. Now let's talk about the group velocity. Let's consider two sine waves with slightly different frequencies and slightly different k. The first one will have omega plus d omega frequency, and the second one has the frequency omega minus d omega. The first one will have k plus d k, and the second one k minus d k. If I superimpose these two waves, I will get some wave packet, and the velocity of this wave packet is called the group velocity. Let's denote the first one. The first wave as the amplitude times e to the I omega plus d omega times t minus k plus dk times r, and the second wave as a times e to the I omega minus d omega times t minus k minus dk times r. Let's add E1 and E2. So we will have a times e to the I omega t minus k r times e to the I, and here we will have d omega t minus dk times r plus e to the minus I times d omega t minus dk times r. And we know that a cosine of some angle alpha can be expressed as e to the I alpha plus e to the minus I alpha over 2. So this expression is just a cosine. So the sum of E1 plus E2 is some amplitude e to the I omega t minus k r times 2 cosine of d omega t minus dk times r. Okay. Let's take another one. So we can also take the real part of E1 plus E2. So we will have some amplitude, and the real part of this e to the I omega t minus kr is just a cosine, because the real part from the Euler's equation is just cosine. This is omega t minus k r. That will be 2 times cosine d omega t minus dk times r. And if we want this field to be constant, then this term must be constant. So d omega times t minus dk times r must be equal to some constant. So now differentiating this expression with respect to time, we get d omega minus dk times dr over dt must be equal to 1. And this is just some velocity. we'll name it group velocity. So the group velocity equals d omega over d k. So now we remember that the phase velocity, the value of phase velocity was omega over k. So we can write that omega is just phase velocity times k. So now let's substitute this omega with phase velocity times k. So group velocity is d phase velocity times k over dk. No, that should be. So we have phase velocity plus k times phase velocity respect to k. So if the phase velocity does not depend on k, which means it does not depend on the wave vector, then the group velocity and the phase velocity are equal. For instance, if you consider a light propagation in air or in vacuum, when phase velocity is equal to the speed of light, is constant, in any medium actually, where the phase velocity is constant, then this dp over dk equals 0. So the group velocity equals phase velocity, and in this case it also equals the speed of light. In some cases, the group velocity can be greater than the speed of light, but it does not mean that you can transfer some information with speed greater than the speed of light, because this is just the speed of a wave packet. So it cannot be the speed of some information or speed of some particle. It's just the envelope of this waveform propagates with some speed named as group velocity. And this can be greater than the speed of light, but you cannot in this way transfer information. If you have questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.